What's going on, you guys? How you guys doing? Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill here. One name, three personalities. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. All right, man, we gonna get right to it. Shout out to Superstar 617. So she hits me up on like Instagram, and check out all my links below in the description. But she hits me up on Instagram and she says she's like DMing me a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, what is going on over there in the US? And I see just a whole bunch of nonsense about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. So I was like, what is going on? Superstar 617 sending me all this stuff. So I look at it and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, man, both these guys are punks, and I'm gonna let you guys know why. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all already know how it goes. Let's start it up. Oh my Lord, what is going on over there in the US? I tell you.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
All right, so when Will Smith does the whole keep my wife's name out your effing mouth, out your fucking mouth type of thing or whatever.
Okay.
And it's interesting right there also when Chris Rock is like, oh, I could, like, you could what? It sounds like to me, Chris Rock is about to be like, oh, I could really hurt your feelings if you want me to. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I could really, like, he's either saying I could really, like, fuck you up in a fight, but I don't think he's saying that. I think he's saying like, oh, I could really have a comeback that's gonna really hurt your feelings right now. Like I could really say something that's gonna break your heart. Because with the Will Smith saying the whole like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth and trying to be Mr. Chivalrous. Like Will Smith's trying to be like the knight in white armor, like what is the knight? What is the white knight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, the knight in shining armor. That's what I'm to say. Will Smith's trying to be like the knight in shining armor. But it's like, but hold it, were you like that? Come on, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. What about when August Alsina's dick was in her mouth? What about that? What about when August Alsina's dick was in her mouth? See, so you trying to be, you know, there's an old, what's that song? That 3 6 Mafia song from back in the days, that don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Like, what's up with these niggas with these Superman capes on, trying to like stand up and be like the knight in shining armor for bitches for women that are out there fucking other people? Was Will Smith trying to be the knight in shining armor when she was getting dicked down by August Alsina? So I'm thinking, and what I'm hoping is when Chris Rock says, oh, when he says, oh, I could really say something right now that's gonna hurt your feelings. That's what I would have said. I would have been like, oh, keep my wife's name, keep your wife's name out of my mouth. Well, shit, when shit was in her mouth, were you acting the same way? When August Alsina's dick was in her mouth, were you acting the same way? Okay, see, you try to be the Mr. I'ma save my wife and I'm standing up for her honor and all that type of stuff. Were you standing up for her honor when she was fucking somebody else? Okay.
Out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? I could, oh.
Oh, I could. I would. You know what I mean? I would. And let me just say something else also. Another reason why this is ridiculous, and I'll play one more thing and then we'll be done. Another reason why this is ridiculous is because when you see these comedians like Chris Rock, you've seen him up there on shows before. You've seen him up there when he's like the host before. Like any of these comedians, they make fun of the people in the audience. That's what they do. They make fun of the people in the audience. Like, so why Will Smith acting like the rules for him and his family should be different? He's just super sensitive. And he's a beta male. I'm gonna save my family. He's a beta male. I want to be the knight in shining armor and act like my wife is all pure, even though she fucks other people. Your wife ain't pure. These are like those beta males that want to put on their cape, Captain Save-A-Hole capes. These are niggas that want to put on these Captain Save-A-Hole capes and save these hoes. And so he's all emotional in his feelings. Niggas don't supposed to get emotional. Men don't get emotional like that. He's the type of guy to call the guy up, you mess with my wife, all emotional. Come on, man, real men don't do that. Don't be emotional, man. Come on, man. So, but Chris Rock, these comedians, they make fun of people all the time. Everybody else just takes it with stride, takes it in stride. But you, beta male, Captain Save-A-Hole, knight in shining armor, Will Smith, you want to get all emotional about it, see? Because you're so sensitive, your little feelings, they're so sensitive. You're so emotional, so sensitive. Trying to save your wife. You were saving your wife when she had I was out seeing his dick in her mouth? Or what about when his dick was in her pussy? Were you saving your wife then? Okay. And the last thing about it, so you got how Will Smith is a punk for acting all like a beta male, emotional, like a little punk Captain Save-A-Hole. You got the idea that comedians like Chris Rock make fun of everybody, so Will Smith shouldn't be taking it personally. That's number two. Number three is Chris Rock's a punk because ain't no way a nigga gonna smack me in my face. Like, let me tell you something. If a guy punches me, that's more respectful than if a guy smacks me. Man, if somebody slaps you or smacks you, that's disrespectful. That's like you beneath them. Like how the kings used to do the peasants back in the days of England. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they smack the commoners. Somebody smacks you, they making you their little bitch, dog. If somebody smacks you, slaps you, I'd rather a man punch me. At least that's a manly thing to do if you get punched. So Chris Rock's a punk for being slapped on TV and ain't doing nothing about it. So Will Smith's a punk, he's a little bitch, he's emotional, beta male, Captain Save-A-Hole, knight in shining armor. Chris Rock's a punk because he let another man smack him and slap him on national TV and he ain't do shit about it. Will Smith's a punk again because Chris Rock and other comedians make fun of everybody and everybody else is emotionally mature enough to be able to handle it. But Will Smith's bitch ass couldn't handle it. That's number three. Will Smith hasn't had the emotional maturity to handle a joke. And number 4, and this is the worst one. And I know I have many fans, you know, and many family members. Y'all not my fans, y'all my family members. I have many family members that are all different races and religions and colors and things like that. So I appreciate y'all cultures. I appreciate all y'all equally, man. But let me just say this. Number 4, the worst thing is that in the entire history of the Oscars, and what, TV's been around, when was TV invented? TV's been around 1920s maybe? So it's probably like, I don't know what Oscar this is. Probably like 90 years or something like that maybe. But in the entire history of the Oscars, you ain't never had nothing like this happen on national TV in the history of the Oscars, where one man gets up and smacks another man on stage. And the only time this happened in the entire history of the Oscars, it had to be Black people. How embarrassing is that? In the entire history of the Oscars, had to be Black people acting the goddamn fool. Had to be Black people acting up. Had to be Black men being violent. And with the way that rap music is and things like that, they already view us as violent. But it just had to be Black men falling into Black men are violent stereotype. In the history of the entire Oscars. And that's the saddest part. Let's watch one more video. My homeboy breaking it down. Shout out to The Guardian. Shout out to John Boy. He's going to explain it also.
It's the Oscars. Everybody's laughing and having a great time, and Chris Rock's on stage, and he's making jokes about all the people in the crowd and poking fun out of them, and Will Smith's there. He's smiling and having himself a grand time, and then Chris Rock's going to make a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
And if you don't know what that joke is, G.I. Jane's a movie with Demi Moore where she had to shave her head, buzz cut, and Jada Smith has recently come open to the public about her struggles with hair loss and alopecia.
Now, at this point, I can only laugh. And y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia.
So at this point, she can only laugh. She's been struggling with it. She came out. It's a big deal. And so let's hear the joke again.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
And Will Smith accidentally finds it hilarious. Just big ol' open mouth laugh, head chuckle galore. One more time.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Will's laughing it up. Uh-oh. Jada does not like the joke. She stares some daggers.
So that's even more important. Will Smith, understanding Hollywood, understanding entertainment, he laughs it up at first. He laughs it up. Like I said, at these shows with these comedians, they make fun of everybody. So Will Smith laughs it up at first. But then Jada's not happy about it. So then Will Smith, like I said before, puts on his Captain Save-A-Ho cape and comes to his wife's defense as the knight in shining armor, like a little bitch. So he let his wife make him emotional, make him into a beta male.
Chris Rock's way. Sometime right after this scene, she's going to turn to Will, give him the same look, and that's going to change the way this goes.
That was a nice one. Okay.
That was a nice one. Okay, forget about it. Let's just move on and let's let this die.
I'm out here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Richard. Oh, wow.
So at this point, everyone's like, is that real? Is that fake? What the hell was that?
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. I like Will Smith's style here because I feel like this is a slap that he learned on a movie set somewhere because he really sticks it. So he goes palm out and then he really follows through like Karate Kid. Like, that just doesn't seem like a normal slap. It seems like a movie set taught him that full body twist, and Chris Rock just eats it. I tried to zoom in because it's...
That's another thing. Will Smith, because most of the time, if you smack somebody and they're not expecting it, you can knock somebody down or knock them out, or the person there at least be like, damn, or like, it stings so hard. Will Smith must hit like a bitch. Will Smith must hit like a little punk because Chris Rock just ate the smack. He ate the slap and was like, oh, like. So Will Smith can't even smack. He ain't got no power. Because, man, somebody smacks you and you're not expecting it, that junk stings. And when somebody hits you in any way where you're not expecting it, it really hurts you because you're not expecting it. So your body's not tensed up waiting for it. So for Chris Rock not to be expecting it and still be able to eat Will Smith's smack, be able to eat his slap, and not really even like miss a beat, that shows that Will Smith ain't got no power in his hands. Will Smith hits like a little bitch, the way that he acts like a little bitch.
Still seems fake at this point, but it wasn't a punch. It was a slap, and Chris Rock just eats it, and he's like, what the hell?
Get my name out your fucking mouth.
People are still kind of laughing in the background like, what the hell's going on?
Wow, dude.
Wow, dude, is the ultimate response when someone overreacts to a joke. That's pretty universal. That's probably been going on for 60 years. Wow, dude. Really?
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I'm going to.
And so this is where all this wow, dude, and I'm going to, that's where Chris Rock looks like a little bitch. I would have said, oh, you want me to keep your wife's name out of my mouth? Well, tell her to keep August Alsina out of her mouth. I'd be like, tell her to keep August Alsina out of her mouth. And fuck nigga what you want to do. And since Will Smith smacked me and I wasn't expecting it, and I was able to eat it, I know he ain't got no power. So it's really like, fuck nigga what you want to do now, bitch. And I would whoop Will Smith's ass on the fucking Oscar stage. So Chris Rock's a punk ass bitch anyway. He a punk ass bitch too, just like Will Smith's a punk ass bitch.
I don't want to be involved with you in any way anymore. We're good. And the whole audience goes silent now because it's like, oh my God.
Okay.
I think he's saying there, oh, I could. And I'm like, what could you do?
Okay.
Oh, I could.
And that's the part where I said he could, when he's like, I could. Like, I think he said, oh, I could say something right now that hurt your feelings, boy, Will Smith. I could say something right now that will hurt your feelings.
Do it, whatever you could do.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to
And so that's kind of how that goes, man. Like I said, in my opinion, 4 things. There's 4 big things to take out of this. The first one is that Will Smith is a bitch, and he's beta male, and he's Mr. Captain Save-A-Hole, and knight in shining armor, and keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Calling up somebody, be like, stop messing with my fucking wife. Stop being a bitch and stop being emotional about it. Be a man. And so he's a bitch, he's a beta male. And if that's the case, you don't have that same energy when August Alsina had his dick in your wife's fucking mouth. That's the first thing. Second thing, Will Smith is a bitch because it's jokes and every comedian roasts people in the audience, and they do it all the time. And because you're emotional beta male ass, you can't take a fucking joke. That's number 2. So you're a bitch for that. You're a punk for that. Number 3 is Chris Rock's a fucking punk because he let another man slap him on TV and he ate the slap, which shows me that Will Smith ain't got no damn power. But he ate the slap and he should have at least said something to break Will Smith down. He should have killed Will Smith comedically. All that, man, I could like all that when he said I could, like what could you do? You should have said something that put Will Smith in his place. And since you know Will Smith ain't got no power in his hands, if he came back up on that Oscar stage, I would have whooped his ass right there in front of everybody and showed everybody how much of a bitch Will Smith is because he already ain't got no power in his hands. So Chris Rock's a little punk because he ain't do nothing about it and he got slapped on stage and ain't do nothing about it. He's a punk. That's number 3. Number 4, in the history of the Oscars, you have Black people as being the ones to act up at the Oscars. In the history of the entire Oscars, the only people that show their ass and act like a fucking fool are Black people, and specifically 2 Black men. And those are the 4 takeaways from this, man. Y'all take care. In my mind, have a great day, a great night, depending on where you are in the world. Check out my videos right there. Check out my videos right there. Shout out to Superstar 617. Thanks for bringing me this. She knows I love her. You guys take care. Love you guys, man. All right. Peace. Check out the videos right there. Check out the videos right there. You guys take care. Peace. All right.